Hey guys, how's it going? Brad Riley here and welcome to another video. Now in this one today, I'm going to be speaking about the 3 things you can do to grow your agency on autopilot. Now look, I've done plenty of videos about how to grow an agency, but the key thing here is autopilot, meaning how can we consistently acquire customers, grow our business, retain our customers in an automated way. AKA you are fully removed from the business and it can still grow. That's what I've been able to achieve, fortunately, over the last few years. You know, I have an agency right now that grows consistently, that has a team in place, that we get new customers, we scale without my day-to-day input. So I want to share the 3 main things that I've got in place for that to happen. First things first that I want to share with you, which is most important, I would say, especially in the beginning, is automating service delivery. Time is finite, okay? You can have as many clients in the world, but at the end of the day, you can't make more hours in a day. So the most important thing if you are to scale is you need to give up control of your service delivery. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, if you run Facebook ads for your clients, you need a team in place to run those Facebook ads for you. So the first thing I would recommend now is to look at ways that you can do that. There are multiple options. You can use something like a white label service. Maybe if you run a Facebook ads agency, you know, I also run a white label service. If you're interested, link is in the description, but that would be my recommendation. Next up, you can find a freelancer or contractor. You can do that on platforms like Upwork, or if you have the resources, you could either hire a full-time person on payroll to come in, you train them to do this service, and you build your systems, your standards in place, and you then have them to manage it, okay? So that is the first and most important thing. Before we talk about any other aspect, you need to get service delivery taken care of, because, you know, yes, we will speak about scaling up sales and automating outreach, but unless you physically get to a position where no matter how many clients you bring on, you've got the back end taken care of. You can't put new clients in if you haven't got anything in place to fulfill the service delivery. So that is very, very important. And I would honestly recommend, you know, if you're looking for a contractor freelancer, you need to be doing consistent outreach for those, just like you would do outreach for clients. You need to be consistently doing outreach for talent. You know, in my agency right now, obviously all of my team are on payroll, they're full-time employees. We constantly, ongoing, have a job post out on you know, websites like Indeed and Reed. We constantly 24/7, even though we're not actively looking to hire right this very second, we have that job post out there, because if anybody fantastic comes through the door, or when we are ready to pull the trigger, we can just go ahead and take action on that, okay? Very important. Number 1, automate your service delivery. Number 2, very important after that, would be to automate your outreach. If you have a consistent way to generate customers, what I really recommend you do is often these ways to acquire customers in terms of appointment setting, this is what I'm talking about here, can be outsourced and automated very, very cheap. You know, if you're doing cold email, if you're doing Upwork outreach, if you're doing people per hour or LinkedIn, a lot of this stuff, if you've got a proven method to acquire the customer, you can automate this very easily and very simply with a virtual assistant for about $3, $4, $5 per hour. Now, my recommendation for you, if you're interested, is to go to a website called onlinejobs.ph. Now, this is a job site for online virtual assistants from the Philippines. And quite often you will find, I personally think, no disrespect to any other country, I've not hired from every country, but for me, all the virtual assistants that I've hired from the Philippines compared to other countries have been fantastic. Their English has been great, their understanding has been fantastic, and their price has been too. So highly recommend you look at automating your appointment setting / outreach once, though, you've got a proven system to acquire customers and book meetings. If you don't have a proven way, chucking even only, you know, $5 an hour into a virtual assistant to try and book those meetings for you, if you don't have a consistent way to get customers, obviously that's not highly recommended. If you can consistently set appointments, you've got a method to do it, train a virtual assistant, you know, break it down to them, communicate to them simply exactly how to do it, that would be my biggest recommendation for that. And finally, if you want to automate scale, now this would be my final recommendation. Not always, actually, I'll take that back. Unless unless skills is such a weak point for you where you may want to do this right from the beginning, I would highly recommend you keep your role in the company as a sales-based role, you know, on meetings with customers, closing new deals, you know, until kind of like the last thing. But once you've got these other 2 things in place and you've got other systems, my final recommendation, if you want to automate, you know, your growth, would be to find a sales rep. Now, again, I'm in a different situation to a lot of you people out there right now that will want to be doing this all virtual, and you can completely do this virtual. But I have 2 sales reps right now. They're both on a base salary, and then they get commission for every new client that we close. So just to give you an example, you know, if my structure is a bit different, so I won't go into that specifically in this video, but for you, if you were to find somebody online based, it's very, very fair for you to look at giving somebody maybe a 10% recurring commission for any clients that they bring on. Now, these would be separate from the appointment set. You'll have your virtual assistant set the appointments, and what you want is a sales development rep or a sales rep to actually take the discovery call, close that client, and bring them and onboard them onto your agency. And for that, you can look, an industry average is about 10 to 15% recurring month on month, or 50% of month one. Generally, it does differ for them to bring on the client. Now, what I would recommend for this is you go to LinkedIn, you type in sales reps and find people, message people. There are a lot of talented sales reps, especially on LinkedIn, I found has been a good place for this, that would be absolutely interested. If you can guarantee these customers, like, look, if you can guarantee these meetings, you can say, look, I've got an appointment setter in place that can consistently generate meetings for you. And you're saying, look, I can generate 2, 3, 4, 5 meetings a day. I just need somebody to consistently take it and close these deals. Are you interested? A lot of people will be very interested, and you may even find somebody who's got experience in the marketing and agency space as a bonus. And this can be a game changer for you, because then what you will have in place, and there are lots of moving parts, and I will do more videos on this topic, but you know, the main 3 key areas are here is like, look, you've got the appointment outreach in place. You've got the sales calls in place. When you onboard them, then you've got a service delivery team in place. And obviously there's a million things in between, but those are the 3 key areas. If you have those 3 sections in place, you have a profitable business that can be automated and grow without you there. So there we have it. I hope you found a bunch of value. If you want me to go in more detail of this topic, please comment down below and drop a like. If you get enough likes on this video and you drop enough comments, I'll be more than happy to dive detail into the specifics and all the areas in between. You know, maybe after we close a client, okay, we got to onboard them. That requires a system, okay? Retention requires a system. I'm happy to do videos on all of these topics. Just let me know in the comments if you're interested. Finally, if you're interested in any high-level training, I've just recently dropped the price of the academy to a super ridiculously affordable rate. So if you're interested in a step-by-step program with over 400 resources on how you can scale, grow your agency, like step-by-step with everything included, how to hire a team, how to close clients, the sales scripts that you need, the results side of it, everything, a really affordable program, the Academy. It's been my best-selling product over the last few years. If you're interested in getting that extremely discounted rate, the link is in the description. Without further ado, I will see you in the next video, and thank you so much for watching.